Hi everyone, it's Andy from Hobby Headquarters. Well, as you can see, I've got a whole bunch of cool products to share with you guys today. I just got a box in from UPS, from Tamiya USA, and they've got a bunch of products that some of it might be available in your part of the world. In the United States, there haven't been up to this point, so it's all kind of new for us over here, but I'll share with you what we've got in. First of all, super excited about this. These are the new red oxide primer in a can from Tamiya. And I took it outside and sprayed some plastic, which I'll share with you all the different things in a little while, about each one of them. But this stuff is great. It goes on super smooth, and it's the color for German World War II armor at the end of the war, especially if the stuff that wasn't painted was coming right out of the factory. This was the factory applied color of the underneath primer. Also, this is super exciting too. These are Tamiya's new sanding sponges, and I've had a couple of them in the past, but now they've issued a whole bunch of new grits from 180, 240, 320, 400, 600, 1000, 1500, 2000, and 3000 grit. And these are the sponge sanding pads, so they've got a little bit of flexibility to them, and you can use it for like sanding gun barrels, things like that, without getting a smooth spot on it. So I'll break one of those open and show you with that as well. Plus, also, Tamiya was kind enough to get us out a copy of their Black Edition Sprayworks HG III Airbrush, which this is their super fine airbrush, a 0.3 millimeter nozzle. The instructions say that it can get down to less than a millimeter paint line. So this is going to really come in handy for doing our super fine work. And we'll break this out too and show you how it works. Also, they've given a bunch of things that with the airbrushes coming out, they've got all these kind of kits for cleaning airbrushes, the whole cleaning kit, and these will work on actually any airbrush. These are the little cleaning bristles that'll go inside, like I can use it on my Iwata. Iwata, the company that makes Iwata airbrushes, from what I understand, also makes Tamiya, so you know the quality of Iwata, so the Tamiya ones are going to be equally up there. And they also have some of their airbrush cleaner. Now this has been available in the United States for a while, but it's been gone for a while, and it's back in stock now, so that's great for their brush. Plus, the one other thing I'll show you a little bit more probably in the other video, you guys might know that I'm working on the Ducati motorcycle, and I've got the engine and some other parts built up. I was holding off a little bit because I was told by Tamiya USA they've got a detail parts kit where you have the anodized aluminum turned forks, some really fine detailed bolts and screws, and all these other little parts that'll really make that Ducati just come to life. And so I've been waiting a little bit before we finish that motorcycle up, so we'll pop all these on. But I'll talk about those when you see the actual video on the Ducati. But I just want to let you know that this is available when the Ducati comes out. So if you really want to make your bike look really cool, I think this is going to be a great add-on to it. So what we'll do now is we're going to take apart some of this stuff. I really want to show you this. I sprayed a little bit of it earlier. Incredible. So let's get started on it. Okay, first product we're going to take a look at. I've been waiting for someone to do this for quite a long time. This is Tamiya's Fine Surface Primer for plastic and metal, and this is the new color, the red oxide primer. This color, like I was telling you earlier, this was the German World War II underneath primer color that they would paint their tanks and other armored vehicles. In fact, even in late war, you'll see vehicles rolling off the assembly line where they ran out of paint, that they would actually come out in red oxide primer. So this is going to be great for World War II German modelers especially. Now what I did, I took a sheet of plastic and just sprayed it with one of the cans to show you the color that we were talking about. And then just on this thin piece, I want to show you how smooth the paint comes out of the can. It's just incredible. Now there's a few little smudges on it, and that's from, I've been showing customers coming in and handling it and stuff like that, but just incredible looking. Now there's some other primers coming out, and hopefully, I've always noticed, I've been in the hobby business now for over 20-something years, and this was one color that was always been called out for, and the other color, if anyone's out there that wants to make a great paint, How about doing a zinc oxide? Zinc oxide for the interiors on American World War II aircraft would be such a great thing for people that want to build up World War II stuff. So this is the first one, so hopefully maybe we'll get the zinc oxide pretty soon as well. And here we are with the sanding sponges that I was telling you about, and we have everything from 180, 240, 320, 400, 6,000, 600, 1,000, 1,500, 2,000, and 3,000. And this is the 400 one of them open up, and just to show you what they are. So it's a sanding film on top of a foam, and it's completely, you know, if you want to cut it up and cut little tiny pieces of it, and then you can just use it for sanding into tight little areas on something. It's also great for doing gun barrels, that if you want to get rid of a parting seam and you don't want to leave a flat spot, this will be a great stuff to do that. And it's also, you can cut it into super narrow strips too to get into really tight little areas. And with all of those different grits, this is going to be great. And I just found out too from the distributors of this product that we should have it. Once again, I'm talking about the United States now. We should have these in about a week or two, about the same time the red oxide primer shows up. So I know I'm going to be carrying all of these, and just showing the few people that have come in already. I've already got a list a mile long of people who want these things. So this is going to be a great product. Hopefully it'll be available around the world for everybody to get a hold of. It's Tamiya's typical quality, so highly recommend this stuff. And quickly, I'm just going to show you some of the new spray cleaning kits that they've come out with, as well as the airbrush cleaner. Now, like I was telling you before, this was available in the United States for a while, and it was gone. Now it's back again. It's great stuff. This will strip. I've used this before on my Iwata airbrush, and it's great for cleaning out. I don't use it every time I use my airbrush, but you know, after doing a whole model, you really want to clean out all the muck and grime inside of this. This is a really hot solvent-based stuff. You want to watch out because it will melt plastic, so you want to keep it away from any plastics, you know, like the kits and things like that. But for cleaning out the stuff inside the tips and the head, you put a little bit of this in, and then you can go ahead and use your cleaning brushes. You know, from the big one to the little one. This is great for going right down the barrel of the nozzle. And then they make this whole cleaning kit, which has your 2 cleaning brushes, plus some high viscosity grease and nozzle sealant, plus the little wrench that comes in your normal airbrush. But I have most of this stuff still that I've had for forever. Once again, it was another product that was available for a long time and been gone, but now I see that it's all going to come back into stock within 1 or 2 weeks too, just like all the other stuff. And finally, I will go ahead and open up and show you, and I'm actually going to set this up and show you the fine line that this airbrush can do. But what I thought I would do is kind of open it up and show you the inside parts and stuff. Now, like I was telling you, I've been told that that this is the same manufacturer that makes Iwata brushes, makes these for Tamiya as well. And as you can see, it's an absolutely gorgeous airbrush. Now, this has a 0.3 millimeter head, so a super tiny head. And according to the back of the box and stuff, this can do less than a millimeter line, fine line. We've got a 7cc interior bowl right here with a lid on it. And this is actually removable too. This could come in handy too, if you're ever doing any fine work and you just want to put a drop or two of paint in, you can just drop it right into the tip of that. But most of the time you'll just keep the bowl in place on it. So I think I found one of my new airbrushes that I'm going to be using quite a bit on. So what I'll do now is I'm going to go get some Tamiya paint already, and I'll kind of just show you painting on some plastic and stuff, just how it's going to work. Okay, here we have the brush all set up ready to go, and because this is made by the same company that makes Iwata brushes, the Iwata quick disconnects are fit right on the bottom here, and those are really helpful. That when you just pop that on, your airbrush is all hooked up ready to go, and when you're ready to clean out your brush, pop it right back off again. So that's a nice feature on these. Now this is your set screw back here. With the set screw tightened all the way, the trigger will not go back at all. It's set into there, so you can gradually just dial it back, and you can get a little bit more play on it to the point where you open it all the way up and your brush will open all the way as well. The bottle cap here, little bowl,
this can come off completely. So if you want to get in there and clean out really well, or even just if you're going to paint and you just want to put a couple of drops right in there, that'll work as well. And the final little thing I'll show you on this too is the very front of the nozzle will come off. Now when you do this, you do have to be very careful of it, because you can damage your needle. But with this part gone, you can get ultra close. As long as you don't, like I said, bang your needle on, you can make even a finer line than with the tip on here. So what I'll do is, since my hand will probably be in the way the entire time if I'm trying to show you how the brush works, just because of where the camera is, I will do some little bit of stuff on some paper and some plastic and stuff and show you what it looks like. Okay, we've gone ahead and taken, as you can imagine, my favorite color here, Tamiya's NATO Black XF69, thinned the normal way, which I have a video on that if you're interested, and you can look into the previous videos. We've thinned it down the way we normally do. We shot with the new airbrush at about 22 pounds of pressure. And this is just some of the different type of spray patterns we got on it. Now, like I said, this was just playing around, and we'll mess around a little bit more later with different pressures. But you can see we can get some real super fine straight lines, name writing, down to some real fine work. Very excited about this brush. I think this is going to be my new fine line brush for doing any type of real super detail work. And actually even for overall, because you can pull back the thing quite a bit, you can get a pretty wide spray pattern. So I think it'll be great for all around airbrushing. So first of all, I want to thank Tamiya USA, as always, for providing us with these great samples. Also want to remind you that if you haven't subscribed, please do so, and that way you won't miss any of the videos that have come out. And I want to thank you, as always, for watching, and please stay tuned, because we have many more videos coming.